Someone asked. Genesis 22, 7 to 8. Genesis 22, 7 to 8. Let's turn that quickly. We've got 5 minutes, I think. Okay, Genesis. Now, someone asked, only young people will read it this way that we never think about, which is interesting. Now, let us read 7 to 8. Genesis 22. Okay, you start reading. Genesis 22, 7 to 8. Begin reading. Okay, so here, the young person asked, now Abraham was preparing to sacrifice Isaac, his son. And he said, where is the lamb for burnt offering? And Abraham said, God will provide himself a lamb for burnt offering. Is that considered lying? Right? Is that considered lying? Is that? What do you think? Okay, ask Isaac, since your name is mentioned. Isaac. Alright? Abraham was going to sacrifice Isaac, correct? Abraham in his heart, he knew, God said sacrifice your son. He knew it would be Isaac. So he brought Isaac there. And then when Isaac asked Abraham, Daddy, where's the lamb? So they know the lamb is used for burnt offering. Abraham said, we're going to offer burnt offering. And then Daddy Abraham said, God will provide himself a lamb for burnt offering. Was Abraham lying to Isaac? You know why this person thinks lying, right? you are the sacrifice. But I better not tell you, because you're going to run away. God will provide, God will provide. Was he lying to Isaac? No, he wasn't lying to Isaac. How do you know? Because God actually provided the lamb. But at that time was supposed to be Isaac. That was something that Abraham himself didn't know, that God will provide a lamb. Wow, because Abraham had faith. It was a lesson about faith. But what is the faith about? Was Abraham lying to the child? Better don't tell the child. The poor child will faint and then I have to carry him all the way there. No, the child ran away, right? Was he lying? Sometimes parents will say, ooh, better don't. Just tell something else, trick the child so that you continue walking with me there. Hide the knife, right? Now, was Abraham lying? God said that Abraham had faith. God said that Abraham had faith. Okay, so it means that Abraham was fully going to sacrifice the son. Now, what is this faith about? So Isaac, why don't you try answer? What was Abraham's faith about? Abraham knew, I am going to kill my son. What was Abraham's faith? That was willing to kill his son, but the son would die and then it's over, What was his faith about? Maybe I ask the daddy. Daddy Pei.
Isaac is provided for his purpose.
Isaac was provided for his purpose. What do you mean by that?
Isaac was given by God anyway. So it's God's will for whatever Isaac.
But it still doesn't answer, was he lying to Isaac? Was he tricking Isaac? If he tricked Isaac, Isaac will go along then. What do you think? You see, I tell you, only young people, only teenagers who read the Bible with such questions, right? Because it's a very good question. Very, very good question. Who wants to try to answer? Sujin. Oh, don't ask ask John. John who? Oh, your children are grown. Okay, ask John Siuming. John Sium. Oh, the son, yes, daddy, that's you. Was he tricking? Was he tricking Isaac?
Yes.
It looks like, right? It looks like. Now it's difficult for you to know the answer because in Hebrew language you will see the answer. Look at chapter 22 verse 5. Chapter 22 verse 5. Okay, chapter 22 verse 5. Where was Abraham's faith? Isaac is right, it's about Abraham's faith. Let's read together. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. And we will come again to you. Now this come in Hebrew word, you will see he is saying plural. He's saying both of us are coming back. Alright? It is not I will come back myself. This is a plural. I will come back, both of us will come back. Plural. To Abraham, he intends to sacrifice his son. And in Abraham's faith, when God commended him for his faith, what was his faith? Abraham believed that even if he sacrificed his son will resurrect. His son will come back with him. That was his faith. Although a sacrifice, God is able to raise Isaac and will come back. That was the faith. Now, also further, when he told Isaac, God will provide, when he said, where is the lamb? Verse 7. Then when he says, verse 8, God will provide himself lamb. Actually, it's not a lamb. Okay? God has a lamb. God is actually telling Isaac, you're the lamb. God will say, you're the lamb. Isaac himself understood. Isaac was not, Daddy's tricking me. Where's the lamb? Isaac listened and Isaac knew he was the lamb. You look further down. You look further down. Now, what did Isaac do? In verse 9, and they came to the place which God had told him of, and Abraham built an altar and laid the wood and altar and bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar. There's no description of Isaac resisting, running. Isaac just stood there. He knew from the beginning when Abraham said, God will provide lamb. God will provide lamb. And Isaac knew only two of us are going. The sword, the knife, the wood, everything. He's seen lamb sacrificed by Abraham before, and the two of them are going, and when we say God provide lamb, he knew it was him. And when it came to him, he just let his father bound him, and that's it. Abraham's faith, he was still going to go ahead, but he believed both of them are coming back to the servants. So, from the language, from God's commendation of faith, from Isaac's response, hey, Isaac, will you be that obedient to Daddy Pay? It was a picture of total obedience in Abraham's faith, and Isaac knew. He just submitted to it. All right. So, from the language, it is not so much about Isaac tricking him, Abraham tricking the son. It was the son already knew. Well, what lamb? Me. And he just continued with the father. Okay, so this is generally the understanding from the language. If you want to argue, no, he lied. Well, from the language it's difficult to argue that, but really, I would say I would take this view. Okay, now let us close in prayer. The next time we will answer a question like, can angels fall into a state of sin? What do you think? Can Archangel Michael suddenly decide to follow Satan? Can some of the good angels suddenly decide to follow Satan? Is it possible? Let us pray. What do we have here? Top 5 reasons why church dropouts, what church dropouts say, why they stop attending church. Now please remember 66% of, well, I take the American view, they are the most readily available results. They stop attending church at least a year after turning 18. So from